Namaskar. I am here in Toronto with my friend's daughter, R.D. Gomez. She is new to Canada. She came recently, in September 2020, and she is settling herself over here. So I would like to know the process of settling for a newcomer in Canada. So R.D., how are you?
Hi, I'm good.
Okay, so you are from Bangladesh.
Yes.
And you studied at Holy Cross,
Yes.
right? What did you study in Holy Cross?
So I completed my SSC from Bangladesh, and my background was science. And I admitted into Holy Cross College for grade 11. Then my everything came up. My papers came on the end of November, so I have to come here. So no, actually I didn't come here on September. I came here on November 2020.
Okay.
So then after coming here, I had to struggle with my school because I'm already 17. So when I came, I was 17, and this year I'm going to be 18. So here they actually put students as on the
By their age, right?
by their age, yes.
They categorize students by their age.
So it was like they were confused how they are gonna put me in a school,
Which grade you would be in?
Yes, so I was confused where I'm gonna go, in a school or on an adult school. So later they actually put me on grade 12, and I actually didn't finish grade 11.
Yeah.
I completed grade 10
Because you are 17, so they cannot put you
on grade 11.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So what they did, they put me on grade 12 on April. It's on squad 4, and then they extended one more year. Like I'm gonna graduate on next June or July.
Now, you speak very good English. So did you speak English in Bangladesh?
No,
And you learn in English in this couple of months?
no. Like it's like we went so many places. I know we visited so many countries, so we had to know how to speak in English.
Oh.
And we had so many things to do in English, like science project and debate and other stuff. Like I had to go to some English medium schools for debating, for trivia questions, and so on. So we had
R.D. is a very good artist. She dances very well, and she is one of the renowned, famous dancer. And one day we will show her dances. Anyway, but R.D., so you do the classes now, right?
Yes.
Online classes.
Yes, I also do the summer classes.
So how do you find it, the Canadian education different than Bangladesh, or is the same?
As far as I heard that for grade 11 and 12 it's tough, but for grade until grade 10 it's easy. So I don't know, grade 11 and 12 is as same as it was before in Bangladesh. So everything actually matched with my syllabus, and there's nothing that's new. And also that's new, but the basic it was perfect. So what I actually got to learn in grade 10, it actually coming handy here in grade 11. So I think these are same, but here it's much pressure because in Bangladesh we didn't have to do other curriculum. Here it's mandatory, you have to do it, otherwise you cannot go to university. So it's actually pressure those who didn't do any other curriculum activities in Bangladesh.
So in Bangladesh the focus is narrow, the curriculum is limited.
Yes.
Over here the curriculum is wide, right?
Yes.
There's more things than just academic things that you have to learn over here.
Yes, so in Bangladesh what we focus only on study, but here you have to focus on your behavior, your manners, your present tense, and your qualities, and so many leadership qualities, and that's the
a lot of behavioral and social things, like you have to do the volunteering, you have to do the internship, You have to, they want to see your extracurricular activities, like you are already an expert dancer, and they might want to see your leadership skill, how you interact with the society,
Yes.
and what ideas you present about the society to make it a better society, right? And what contribution you are making to your school, or what you are doing to make your friends and neighbors better. Those things they want to look at it, right?
Yes, the only thing I hate here the most is students from high school. They're so bad, like so mean with their teachers.
So mean with the teachers?
Yes.
Okay, so that you're talking about that the respect issue.
Yes.
That in Bangladesh,
We actually respect our teachers a lot.
we respect our teachers. We think that these are our second parents,
Yes,
right?
like they're like God.
But over here, it's like a not second parents. It's like a friends.
Yeah.
They use slangs that they joke with the teachers, and they are not afraid of the teachers, but they bother too much, right?
And they also don't bother about their result. So they're like whatever, what else if we like fail or something, they actually don't care about their results. So they are like, they don't even attend on the class properly, they don't submit their test on time, and they don't submit their assignments. They actually don't care about those things.
Yeah, this is one thing. Like if we did bad in school in Bangladesh, I come from Bangladesh, so we used to beg the teachers, please don't what I got, you are very anxious, right? After the exam or before the exam, or we would be talking to the teachers, how am I doing, sir? Is everything? I say, yeah, you are doing fine, but sir, I need to do better. We would like pamper the teachers to make sure that they give us good grades. Over here, the students don't care at all. They don't care whether they fail or pass. So why you think they have this kind of sense of security?
Not everyone, like maximum do that, but not every one of them. Like I have also those kind of friends who are nerds and who are really good at studying. And I like had this kind of friend. Here there is no syllabus. Like what teacher will give you in class, it will come on exam, so you don't have to study extra. So but I have these kind of friends who just go to Google and search for advanced learning, and I'm so shocked because in Bangladesh we have a book, so we can just turn on page, go to other page and just look for like what's the next, what next is like coming.
Chapter,
Yes, so we can learn about it. But here we don't have any books, any syllabus, so a teacher will give us, and we have to learn that. But I met a girl who like want to know about everything, and she doesn't like skip a single part of studying. Like that's
so the thing is, you see this is the main difference. In Bangladesh you have a syllabus. They give you a book and you read from first to the last pages. Even they don't read from first to the last pages. They say, okay, skip those chapters and read this. Over here, no matter how big the book is, they give you 2 months time or 3 months time, the semester or quadrimester, whatever it is, or 4 months. Then they say you have to finish every single pages, and then they don't have the book. They have a outline of the courses, and they tell you that this is the subject, so you find out the materials.
Oh, there is one reason, because teachers are so friendly. They will help you a lot to finish that, because they design the whole course for you to finish it within 2 months. But in Bangladesh, the teachers doesn't care about if you can finish or not. It's like you have to, so it's much pressure.
In Bangladesh, you're gonna sit for the exam. Even if the teacher didn't teach you those things, it will be in the exam. You pass or fail is up to you. But over here, there will be nothing in the exam that teacher didn't teach you.
Yes.
Everything in the exam will be from what the teacher taught you.
For 1 or 2 will be like a tricky one, but it's actually teacher told you in class.
But teachers teach you much more than you read in the book in Bangladesh. It's like couple of times more. Now, you know why the students learn over here? They want to learn because the teachers are very friendly. You
And-
can approach the teacher and you can ask the teacher, teacher, I don't understand this, and he will give you or she will give you as much time as possible. Even they will call you home or whatever happen, you know, they will reach out to you and help you, but they will not say, hey, come for tutorial, come to me, you know, for tuition, pay me money. This is not how it works over here. This is all free because this is a 24/7 job.
Teachers are here for helping you all the time. Like you can email them, you can ask them in class that can you stay for a little while to teach me this. So they will help you. Like they are happy to help you. When you ask question or you make a mistake, they will say you thank you for making me this mistake, because that's why you got to know that what's actually coming next. So another thing is here, those who don't study, they also know like much more than me. Because I don't know how, but I have cousins who are on grade 2 or 3. They know about periodic table, what I learned on grade 7. So they like know 20 elements from the periodic table, and I also know 40, but I actually learned it on grade 11. So they know much more than me. I don't know how. Like I think their syllabus was different. They actually don't study. I don't see.
Because what happened is they go methodically. They go systematically. Like they don't give us, like in Bangladesh they give us the whole thing, everything, and then they don't care whether you are studying every day or learning every day. We learn, you know, we cramp before the exams, 2-3 months before the exams, and we pass, we do good results. But over here, no, there is no cramping. You have to study every single day. If it is 1 week, they have a target to go over one subject, and they will finish it in 1 week, and then they will go to the next one, and they will go like that. So that way they cover everything. You just don't study for 3 months for the exam. You study actually the whole year, so you can cover a lot. And that secret, because you can cover this much because of the relationship between the students and teachers. Over here, outside the class, the teacher can you know, tap on your shoulder, or students can tap on teacher's shoulders. It's a hi teacher, hi Mr. Umuk, John, how are you? আমাদের দেশে তো একটা টিচারকে নাম বলে তো ডাকার প্রশ্নই ওঠে না, স্যার বলতে হবে, তারপরও দূরে থাকতে হবে টিচারের দিক দিয়ে আসলে। বাট ওভার হিয়ার the students actually can approach the teachers and may, you know, play with them or converse like a friend. They can talk about their personal life, their family life, their social life, everything, right? Do you think that this is the reason they are students over here are more well-rounded and learning more?
Yeah, I think so. But another thing also, they have to do this kind of stuffs. Like they have to do arts, they have to learn about maps. Another thing, they know, students from here knows all of the maps, like from all over the world. They knows everything about the ocean, which ocean is where, which country is where. So they know every, like I also learned it, but on grade 9 or 10. But I saw a student from grade 3 is saying that I was shocked. Like I know where's ocean of Pacific, so I know where's Atlantic Ocean. Like, oh my god. So you know,
kids
so much.
are very advanced.
Yes. So and they know about Mariana Trench. They know about like evolution, what I learned on grade 10. So they know about like everything, where life, like they know about Big Bang, they know about string field theory, they know so like cosmology. Like I never heard of this kind of theory, so they know so much, but they don't study.
Okay, they don't study, but they understand.
Yes.
This is the thing. The difference between is they don't memorize. Like we grew up memorizing, right? But none of the kids will memorize anything over here. Do you think it's good or bad?
No, it's good, because when you don't have any pressure for studying, you actually learn more.
And you
So-
don't memorize. You memorize, you just write it down, it's
you
gone, right?
actually pressure yourself to memorize something, you will eventually forget it. But when you don't have any pressure, you are relaxed, so that you can keep that on your mind. Like when you read a paper, you can actually remember that what happened. But when you read a book for like an exam or something, it's actually not helping you. So like you know that I have to read it for the exam, and then it's like useless. That book is useless for you, but the paper, the news is useful for you, so you know that. And that's why you are relaxing your brain and you're reading it. That's why actually you can remember it, but you cannot remember at the same time when you're reading another book, you cannot remember that. So that's the difference. I
Okay,
think students are here from here are so relaxed, so that's why they are so smart.
Oh, okay. But we hear about a lot of bullying, lot of drug use in schools, children over here. So, did you see those things in Bangladesh?
No, drug. Yes, in Bangladesh, I had those kind of friends who used to take drugs. So they were normal in school, and they also get caught in school for using drugs and then stuff. So those like my friends who actually did drug, they were so smart. Like they stood first. They were all rounder. They were like nothing less in no field. So actually that was considerable for them because they were good at everything. But from here, who actually take drugs, they don't study, they don't have any future. They like
Oh, so these are bad boys.
Yes.
Bad boys, girls. You know, they know that they're not gonna go anywhere.
yes, like
Now-
they know their parents have so many.
Yeah, or broken family, or poor families like that. But now, so what you have to say? What are the 3 things or 5 things that a newcomer like you must be prepared for before coming to Canada or America?
Oh, the first thing is you have to prepare your mind that you will get bullied here. The first thing, because you have to prepare that.
Because the bullying, because of the differences of cultures, because
Yes.
you will not be talking like them, you will not
Your
be
accent
dressing
is
like
different.
them,
Your
you
accent
will
is
not be
different.
eating like them, you will not be acting like them,
Yeah.
because they are grown up.
But
So-
yeah, like that one thing is be yourself. Don't actually follow others. Be yourself. Just be yourself. What you like, do that. Like if you get bullied, just don't care. Avoid them.
Okay. Then what else?
And thing is, be friendly, because when you are friendly, you will get friends. Actually, you will know like who are like you, so you can get to meet with them. And another thing is that you have to have guts to learn about things. So many things are so different, like the transportation. If you don't know, like you have to be smart. So if you're not smart enough, you can lose your way.
That means it's not smartness, it just need to learn. You want to,
like there's
it's a
nothing
new
to
country.
learn.
You know, say you were 70, you stayed in Bangladesh 17 years.
Yes.
You learned that country 17 years, and then you had your parents, brother, relatives, everybody. So you had a supporting social system. Over here, you came here now, and you are adolescent. You are your parents are not gonna help you. You have to help yourself. So you have to want to learn. You have to want to make mistake and learn.
There's one thing is no, everything is good. Like one thing is so good, that is you have everything on the road. The map, when you're going to subway, there's the map where you are now, where you have to go to next, and where are you going next. So like you can ask people here, so if you're new, so then people can help you, but you have to be a little smart so you can get everything. Then what else? You just have to be so active, because there's 6 months it snows here 6 months, and then only 2 months is summer. So that 6 months you also have to go to work and have to go to school.
Cool.
So if you were like lazy, so you cannot actually do that because it's too cold when it's like snows. It's
So-
too cold here.
Considering you lived two world lives,
Yes,
so how do you compare your life
here in
with
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh
Okay.
with here?
So I actually love this kind of lifestyle because in Bangladesh only my dad earned, and we actually spend all of those money like together. But here you have to work together and spend it together. Like,
Spend together, and
Yeah.
also it's like a shared responsibility.
Yes,
Everybody has a responsibility.
yes, something. And another was here you also
And
can
also-
like also can work. Only one person can earn in the family, but it's actually good to work everyone because tax is so high, and it's like life expenses.
And also and besides that, in Bangladesh, like, there is a sense of insecurity, right? Everybody would be worried if you are outside, why not coming home yet, you okay or not, but they don't have to do that over here, right?
Yes. And like yes, like they can easily, like your parents can easily see you where are you right now. Like they just track your number. It's easy. So another thing also that a 15-year-old girl or boy can go to work. So it's actually like they got to know what independence is, and they know how like money is coming. So they actually don't spend much. They actually got learn how to spend their money. So it's
Alright.
actually a good thing.
That's good. So RD, thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
It's good to talk to you. Nice experience, and I hope our viewers learn something and they come prepare when they want to come. So all right, take care, goodbye.